It is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast. It is the 27th of March in the year of our Lord 2026. Season 16, episode 38, 759 times you have been welcome to the Clubhouse Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse Podcast, and we now go to shirt 3 in a series of 3. Shout out to Quick Draw Shirts. There's a 4th one coming probably later this year for Frozone. So, but I am not alone, as you saw things moving around on the screen. That way from me is my co-host and a man that is celebrating today with his shirt. He is Alex. I think you're muted, dude. You muted everyone.
I got everything lined up except for my own microphone. Leave it to me. But I am excited. Baseball is actually starting. I do not really care for the single game start. Baseball, there's too many games to make it special like football. I don't care. I don't care about your opening day. Opening day is when all the teams are playing. That is my stance.
And even the NFL's backed up a day this year. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, that's because they've added a second kickoff game.
Yeah.
So you have the Wednesday, Thursday, but we'll get into that when we get to it.
Get closer to that time.
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of your screen is the official fact checker of Sooner Gator Productions. And a man, that's a rerun, but that's okay. You may know him as Igbunu, but his mama named him Don Ford. I'm going to call him Don Ford. Hey, man.
From the Fantastic Fate Ford.
You know, speaking of Don's intro, I saw somebody with a shirt the other day that says, his mama call him the Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to call him the Gulf of Mexico. And
that's
right.
I got
All right.
It's thoughtful from the Fantastic Fate.
No, she does she has great taste, sir. We've always said that. She makes up for you. That's all that.
Yes,
matters.
she does.
Better have. It is officially, I don't count last night. Sorry, Netflix. Today is opening day for Major League Baseball. Very excited about the new season kicking off. I'm not making any predictions. It's 162 games, kids. Let's just settle in and enjoy a little baseball and just take it where it goes. That's all I'm saying.
But I want to clarify, we saw a lot of fun action today. It's continuing on into the night. Scoring is up from the last couple of opening days, so you can either thank spring training, the World Baseball Classic, whatever it might be. But a lot of people playing today, and it's been fun to watch. And we're getting the double dip tonight because March Madness and baseball at the same time, give me.
And your latest updates there.
And my Pirates went to the defending 2-time champions, had to go to their turf and play at the Dodgers today. So, no,
they didn't.
It wasn't the Dodgers. I thought the Pirates.
They were at home and against the Mets. So you're 0 for 2.
Okay,
much like most of your team.
Yeah, I know. Oh, what's the Met? Yeah, okay, never mind.
You just want to pretend like it didn't happen because the greatest pitcher on the planet lasted 2 outs. That's the reason you don't want to remember it. And I don't blame you. I wasn't planning on saying any.
That's all right.
Want to send a shout out. I got to do the OG a couple of weeks ago. They've been posting a lot of reels from that. So thank you guys for that. I smile every time I see it.
I love how you walk into that room super respectful, super deferential, and then you just own the space better than anybody does. I'm going to throw that out there. I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, but
it's Ryan's house, bro. It's his house.
Quite literally.
And that was actually at a sports bar.
A very nice looking sports bar, by the way.
It smells terrific. They do. I found out I know somebody that works there. So next time I'm down that way, I'm gonna have to see if he's there.
Awesome.
But back to baseball, we do want to talk about the upcoming Eric Nadel birthday benefit concert. Celebrates its 14th edition. So let's go to the honky meter. Eric Nadel has done this now 14 times. The Clubhouse Podcast has been represented 1 time.
So far.
That's where the record stands right now.
So far.
It's gonna the 14th edition is gonna. What he does is he does a charity concert for his birthday every year, and he brings in some of his favorite bands at the Longhorn Ballroom. This year, it's Brooklyn-based Sammy Ray and the Friends, and Bay Area favorite Chuck Prophet and the Cumbia Shoes. So two very different genres. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be Thursday, May 14th. Doors are at 6:30. Showtime at 7:30. That's at the Longhorn Ballroom at 216 Corinth. The benefit supports the work of the Grant Halliburton Foundation. It's a local nonprofit who provides a mental health education, training, and support to teens and families. If you want to learn more, and you want to purchase tickets, or you want to sponsor a table, granthaliburton.org/Eric Nadel. That's Nadel. You want a suite, you want to sponsor a table, you go there as well. The YDC team is going to be on the purple carpet.
Yup.
You might see a couple of other people, if things go like they went last year. All I'm saying.
I'm just hoping for the return of the jacket. That's all.
It's presented by Haynes, Boone, and KXT 91.7 FM. So go to granthaliburton.org/Eric Nadel or the brandy spanking new stolenwatermedia.com/our community.
Nice.
So we got a blast there last year. I've been told we've been banned from the premises, so we're hoping to be back there this year. I'll be running a little close to the ground. But I forgot to turn on the lights. Hold on.
Well, at that same time, Grant Halliburton is a fantastic organization that does help throughout DFW at the youth level. And we might actually have to borrow on something we were just talking about with football. There is rumor that release for the schedule is going to be on May 14th. So maybe we are going to be talking about it extensively on the purple carpet.
Never know. Tournament updates. Right now, we're at the half. Purdue up 4 over Texas. Nebraska up 6 over Iowa, and we are getting close. I need to move this pictures frame so I can see. We're about 6 minutes left in the first half there. Men's basketball, go quarters. Women did it, and it works.
Fantastic Faith Ford is going nuts on March Madness. On both the women's and the men's. She is bracket intense like you cannot believe.
This one, can you blame me for this one, though?
What? No, fantasy. I blame you for fantasy. But
is this one my fault? Like football, I just want to know.
No, not this one. But football, yeah. But basketball, no. She just wants to win. That's it.
But I have a question. Did she do a bracket for our contest?
I don't think she did.
Did you?
No, I never do them. I haven't done one. I have not done one in 25 years. Rob doesn't do horror films. I don't do March Madness brackets.
We'll see what we can do next year.
That's very strange. Hubert Davis out at North Carolina. I kind of feel bad for that program because I like Hubert Davis, but the level of expectation at the University of North Carolina outside of football is very, very high. And I thought they'd at least give him another season, but whatever. And is it weird when you have a job and then you find out your bosses are openly negotiating with the person that had the job before you, before telling you, and then a few hours later fire you and hire that person?
I don't even know what you're referring to right now.
Submitted for your approval, LSU. Yesterday, I get a notification mid-morning that they're negotiating with their old coach to come back, but haven't fired their current coach yet. So my first question becomes, what did you know and when did you know it? Mystic of me. And then like 4 hours later, it's like, yeah, it's happened. They fired him and hired this guy who's their old coach.
It's LSU. LSU cannot do coaching right. The Kiffin, Lane, or as Ziggy likes to refer to him, the Hotastic Wonder. But at that same point, LSU just keeps making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. They're like, we got Joe Burrow right. We're done for the century.
Let's get into the NBA standings because we're less than a week and a half from the postseason in both basketball and hockey, boys. In the Southeast Division, the Washington Wizards. I'm going to go ahead and say they're not going to make the playoffs. They're 23 and a half games back. And they're 21 games back of Orlando, who's now 4th in the division.
Oof.
And all is right in the world. They are actually tied with Charlotte, a half game back of Miami. Atlanta has now pulled into the lead. Orlando's dropped 6 straight. Charlotte's on a 4-game heater. Atlanta's on a 3-game heater. Don't put much stock in that. If you watched me on the OG, we talked all about the city of Atlanta and its professional sports teams. In the Atlantic Division, Brooklyn, they are not going to make the playoffs. They have the same amount of wins as Washington, and they're further back. They are 31 and a half games back in their division. They are 13 games back of the 76ers. Philadelphia's a half game back of Toronto. Toronto now 7.5 back in New York, but the Knicks, who are on a 7-game win streak, by the way, Brooklyn's lost 9 in a row, and their odds are off the board at this point. The Knicks are now within a half game of Boston after being on a 7-game streak. In the Central Division, Detroit has clinched a playoff spot, but we'll get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
The Indiana Pacers. Wow, guys.
Nope.
Wow. They're now 36 and a half games back in their own division with 1 less win than the other 2 cellar dwellers. And they are currently 13 and a half back of the Bulls. The Bulls and Milwaukee are tied, but they're both about, let's call it 15 and a half back of Cleveland. And the Land is 7.5 back on Detroit. And because there's less than 10 games left in the season, Detroit has locked down a playoff spot, but has not locked down the division as of yet. In the Southwest Division, San Antonio's on a 7-game heater. That's why they lead the division. Dallas on a 5-game skid. They have 23 wins, but they're 32 back. But they're still only had 2.5 back on Memphis. So not that good for you, which is nice. Memphis has a half game back on New Orleans. That's 3rd place in the division. All right. 3rd place in the division, Fly Pelican, still 30 games back. And
I wonder why that is.
18 and a half back of Houston. But the streaking San Antonio Spurs, they're 55 and 18 right now. And they're 11 and a half games up on Houston.
Wembanyama.
In the Northwest Division, the Utah Jazz, defining the word tanking. They're 36 games back with 21 wins. They are 15 and a half back of Portland. Portland is now 8.5 back of Minnesota. Timberwolves are only a half game back of Denver. Denver right now on a 4-game streak, but they're still 11 and a half back on Oklahoma City because right now it's the Thunder's world and we're all just paying rent. In the Pacific Division, Sacramento Kings. Nope. They have 19 wins. They're 20 back. And they're 16 back of Golden State, kids.
Is the best player in Sacramento still the mayor?
I think I might be the best player in Sacramento.
Well, remember, Sacramento's mayor, at least at one point, was Kevin Johnson, former all-star point guard of the Phoenix Suns.
KJ. They're 16 back of Golden State. Golden State's now 2 back of the Clippers. Clippers are 3 back of Phoenix. And the Lakers still hold a 7-game division lead currently. Let's get into the NHL, boys. Yes. In the Eastern Conference, the Buffalo Sabres showing some signs of wear. Mm-hmm. We'll get to it here in a minute. The Florida Panthers, stick a fork in them, they're done. We got 12 games left, and they're, I don't know, 12 games left, and we're only, 16 points out of first place. But we got the ring, so enjoy the golf courses, boys. Beautiful ones right there. You got Doral, you got Inverness. Got a lot of great stuff going on down there. They are 2 points back on Toronto. Toronto now 9 back on Detroit. Red Wings are a point back on Ottawa. Senators are 3 back on Boston. Boston and Montreal are tied. That was brilliantly done, Alex.
It just didn't get the audio.
Brilliantly done. Don,
I was so happy with myself.
By the end of this season,
Yeah.
we're going to upgrade your tech.
Okay.
Whatever we got to do, by the end of season 16, Don is going to join the 21st century in tech.
I was so happy with myself.
Canadians are currently 5 back on the Lightning. My Lightning now 3 back on Buffalo. By the way, Buffalo's lost 2 in a row, and that's 7-1-2 in their last 10. So now, Don, where are we off to?
We're going to the Metropolitan Division.
Attaboy. In that cellar is the New York Rangers. They are 31 points out of first place.
Is that all?
They are 9 back at Jersey. Jersey now 5 back of Washington. Caps are a point back on Philadelphia. Philly is now 5 back on the Islanders. Don, your Pittsburgh Penguins are 3rd in the division right now.
So they might make the playoffs.
You're a point up on the Islanders. You're a point up on the Islanders. You're a point back on Columbus. So you're right there in the thick of it, brother.
All right. Well, we'll probably get a playoff spot, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, at that rate.
Yeah, with the way they have it structured with the extra wild cards, I'm pretty confident Pittsburgh will be in.
Somewhere.
And now Columbus is, let's see, they are 9 back on Carolina, who's just running away with it, with the Rangers being on a 6-game skid. Western Conference, Pacific Division, because Pacifically we look in the Pacific Division. Vancouver, put a pin in it.
Oh,
of
boy.
course.
We go to Calgary. By the way, Calgary's 17 points ahead of Vancouver right now. Calgary is 3 back of San Jose. Sharks are 2 back on the Kraken, who have lost 4 in a row. San Jose's lost 5 in a row. Meanwhile, Calgary's on a 4-game heater. Kraken is 2 back on the Kings. Kings are 4 back on Vegas. Vegas is a point back on Edmonton, and Anaheim still leads that division, and they're on a 3-game streak. And in the Central Division, that has neither an Eastern nor Western division, Chicago Blackhawks now take over the cellar. Sorry, Marcus. And they are okay. Let me put this in perspective.
They've been there 2 or 3 seasons at this point.
But here's the thing: when I say that the Blackhawks are 34 points out of first place, I want to put that in a capital for a minute, because this will make more sense when we get to the top of the division. Because to be that far back in the division and still have 17 points more than Vancouver, but they are 2 points back of the Blues. St. Louis now 3 back on the Jets. Jets are 5 back on Nashville. Predators are 3 back on Mammoth. But shout out to the friend of the show, Valerie, and her husband were at the game last night.
Huh.
I do like that logo. I'll tell them that. They are 12 points back of the Wild. Minnesota now 5 back on Dallas. Dallas has lost 3 in a row after being just hotter than Georgia asphalt. But they're still 7 back on Colorado. Colorado, the only team in the league right now to break the century mark, because they've got 104 points. That's the caveat here.
Yeah, just for the people that are unfamiliar with the point system, when he was referring to the Chicago Blackhawks being 17 ahead of Vancouver, despite being further back in their own division, for the scale, that is 8 wins and 1 loss in overtime ahead of Vancouver.
Yeah. Which means, boys, it is time for North America's favorite game show. We may only play this one more time this season for hockey because we don't have a lot of games left.
Now, before we move on, for the sake of disclosure, Don, last week it was 72.
Okay.
What is the goal differential for the Vancouver Canucks, boys?
I'm going to say again 80. I've been saying it for a while. One of these days it's going to stick.
You know what? I'm going to roll with what I was originally going to say at 75. I know that's painting it thin, but I feel like 80 might be just a little too much.
The Vancouver Canucks have 12 games left to play in the season, which means they played 70 games. In those 70 games, they are 21-41-8. That gives them 50 points. They're halfway to the century mark. But if they doubled their points, they'd still be behind Colorado.
28 more losses than wins.
Yeah. They are 8-29-5 at home. They are 13-20-3 on the road. They're on a 3-game skid. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. Congratulations, Don. You nailed it at minus 80.
I thought it was going to be over.
I thought you were too.
Alex,
I really did.
70.
But I mean, think about this. They have a greater difference between their number of wins and their losses than they actually have wins, and it's not close. That is nuts.
Dude, I get to reach into your pocket and pull out $100 bill like Bob Barker used to do, Rob?
You get anywhere near my pocket, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Okay. Remember Bob Barker reaching to the pocket and pull out the $100 bill?
Right.
Oh, I want to make a joke right now.
The contestant didn't. Bob did it himself. That's what I'm saying. You don't get to reach in my pocket.
Okay. I always thought that I'm going to look on this. There's probably video out there. They reach in and pull out that $100 bill out of his pocket on the coat pocket.
That's asking for a lawsuit, Don.
That was years ago, though.
That was also Bob Barker.
At the 70s.
Do you want to send a shout out, even though no free ads? I want to send a shout out. One Shot Voice Drops. This is a brand new company. They endorse the T-Pain, actually.
We've actually had some of the One Shot stuff on before.
Have we? Because I've never ordered.
I've had it.
Okay. Right now there are two flavors.
I did their energy chews.
Yeah. They have energy, they have focus, and they have voice drops. These are the two flavors. There's another version of this flavor, just like the edition T-Pain pouch, but it's the same thing. I like them both. And they work very quickly. My voice is struggling again because allergies are going absolutely to the dogs right now. So they want to sponsor this show. I'm here for it. They want to sponsor the band. I'm here for it because that's why I bought them, was for the singing. But I took one before the show. It takes a while to melt it down, which is nice. But it does work very, very quickly. You're having a little scratchy in your throat, and you got to do stuff like this. You got to sing. You got to be a keynote speaker. One Shot Energy. Check them out. I found them on Facebook. So
I want to say I came across them on Instagram, and I was very pleasantly surprised with their products.
It's the #1shotenergy.com.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go from no free ads to our official sponsor right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. As I was saying earlier, I have not slept very well all week, and I can't honestly tell you why. But if you're somebody that's dealing with sleepless nights, if you're dealing with pain, if you're dealing with anxiety, and you want to stop that, and you also want to do it naturally, because that's the thing. You want to do it naturally. You don't want to have to be addicted to something for the rest of your life. CBD House of Healing is here to help. This is officially endorsed by our leader, Mike Reiner, who uses their product. It's a women-owned business. They specialize only in products that they grow in their lab because their standards are so high, and I respect it because I'm all about integrity and quality. Summer Hansen is said owner. She's a registered nurse, so she knows what she's doing. She emphasizes building trusted relationships. She wants to teach you what you need to be able to do to feel better. Because when you have the knowledge, you can care for yourself, and that is her goal. Find the relief from stress. Find the relief from aches, pains. Find yourself sleeping better at night. Go to cbddallas.com or visit them at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101. That's at the corner of Northwest Highway and Plano Road. They also have slushies. You know, though it's getting a little warmer outside. Always time for a slushie. So find the healing you need at CBD House of Healing. We thank CBD House of Healing for being a sponsor right here at Sunset Lounge. Let's get into TV talk. I teased something last week and we didn't pay it off. So I said something about Arrow Video last week.
Mm-hmm.
And as I listened back to the show today, I realized, oh, we never talked about it. Arrow Video made an announcement last week. And actually, I should probably pull this up so you boys can see it. There's been a lot of talk online about a very, very, very not well-known show, very cult following, called Stranger Things. You can only retail get seasons 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I actually bought them from the Target, and they came in like VHS clamshells.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I remember
sets,
that,
but they didn't do anything after. They didn't do anything after season 2.
That's surprising.
Until now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Allow me to show you boys what they announced last week. I'm just going straight for the gusto. I'm not going to build up because there's 4 different options here. So allow me to do a little maneuver I like to call sharing my screen. And if anybody has an extra $230 that they want to give me for this, I will not be angry. This is Stranger Things, the complete series. 25 discs, boys.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it looks like. There's like a coin in here. There's actually a 20-sided die in here. An iron-on patch. There's the flyers. There's a book. This is 4K posters and the whole nine. This is going to release July 27th, so you can pre-order it now should you choose to. There is a limited edition Blu-ray, limited edition 4K, and then there's the standard editions. I mean, this thing goes hard. I mean, you got 2160p, DTS MA51 surround, and Dolby Atmos for seasons 4 and 5. Audio description tracks, interviews with the cast and crew, BTS featurettes, set tours, bloopers. There's the arcade coin, the Hellfire patch, the D20. 25 art cards in this thing. 5 double-sided posters, reversible sleeves, which is kind of one of the things they do, a double-sided fold-out map of Hawkins, and a 148-page book. This thing goes hard, boys.
I'll be very interested to see the Hawkins map as it comes out and see if there is a way, because we did get a very great experience at Netflix House with Escape the Dark, and seeing how well that pairs to it. That I'll be curious to see.
So you also have the more stripped down version of the Blu-ray, or for the 4K for $200. $215 gets you the deluxe edition on Blu-ray. $180 gets you the non-deluxe edition on Blu-ray. And I'm also looking forward.
Big one is that's the 4K for the how much again?
$230.
There's 2 different 4Ks.
Okay.
And right now it's on sale. It's normally $270. They're doing a sale for the pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
And when does it actually come out? You said July
27th.
July 27th. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we've taken care of that business. We have casting for Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Your 2 leads will be Himesh Patel and Danielle Deadweiler. So we don't have a home for it yet, but we do know we had casting news this past week on that. So we wanted to make sure we shared that with y'all. Let's get into stuff we watched this week.
In case you don't know Himesh Patel, we have been talking glowingly about him since his starring role in Yesterday.
And I love that movie so much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's available on YouTube now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a wonderful movie. I love that movie.
All right. Stuff we watched this week, boys. What you got?
I am not really in on something. I have started Supernatural, so I will get back to you in about 13 years. But Don, what do you got?
Actually, one that you gave me the heads up about is that documentary on HBO about bowling.
Oh, Born to Bowl. I have not started.
How was it?
I like it. It's good. It's
okay.
2.5 hours. It's not much. And
well, it's a series. It's not just one episode, Don.
I know. We already watched the first 2, and it's following how, some of these people, how, it's their life. And if you don't make the top 5, you're just spending a lot of money to go somewhere, and, you really have to hit it,
Mm-hmm.
But the second episode, which just aired on Monday night, be careful. Don't have the kids around because it follows one person who curses more than Tony Beats on Gold Rush. This guy, every other word is the F-bomb. And he's even been fined for cursing at bowling things.
Is it Pete Weber?
What?
Is it Pete Weber?
Oh, yeah.
No. Pete Weber would have to stop talking about himself long enough to swear.
And for some reason,
I am.
It's old, but we also started, because sometimes it's kind of interesting. It's like, why are you doing this? We understand is before the 90 days of like the 90-day fiance thing. So we're kind of catching up on some old episodes. So it's interesting to watch them, especially being in our situation. But, it's like, yeah, lady, that ain't going to work. No, don't do it. No.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're telling them. So
did I mention?
No.
This has been your trash TV minute.
But I would recommend the bowling on HBO. That's good. I enjoyed it.
Apple TV has renewed For All Mankind for a 6th and final season. Only one more season on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix announced today or yesterday, and I want to put a caveat on this. It might be the word of the week. Assuming it happens. Because last year, this was supposed to happen, and then it didn't. But Netflix says they will air WrestleMania's Kill Tony special after the end of night 1. Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian. He has a series on YouTube called Kill Tony. And when they say kill, they mean like on stage you make it
roast, kind of.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do this last year, and was it the ticket prices? People just weren't buying tickets to this thing and they canceled it, or was there extraneous circumstances?
I believe it actually happened, but because they had plans to later release it, but it wasn't very what's the word I'm looking for? Good? Yeah. So they canceled it. The only thing that came out of that was Paul Heyman making Sean Patrick Flannery look like he doesn't know what the F word is. Which lands for exactly one person on this panel, but he can speak to it better than I can.
Yeah. Paramount Plus CBS has renewed School Spirits for season 4. My wife has been watching that recently.
Oh, okay.
So, also Criminal Minds for season 20. And The Ms. Pat Show for season 6. The only reason I know who she is because Bob and Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives to give Tom grief, as we all. But they have also canceled Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
After it's to be perfectly honest, they weren't getting the numbers they thought they should, or at least what's been published is the numbers lower than what they thought they would be getting for this. I have yet to hear a single person complain about it with anything that actually matters.
Becky Lynch unavailable for comment. Peacock, NBC, Universal. We talked last week about your next SNL is not this week, but next week, which is weird because that's Easter weekend, and that will be Jack Black and Jack White. April 11th.
Love that.
April 11th, your musical guest is an Anita. She is a Latin performer.
Okay.
And your host, submitted for your approval, one Coleman Domingo.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
And we have more God of War casting.
Okay.
On Prime Video, a Sonya Walger who was in Lost. Mm-hmm. She will be playing Freya.
Okay, that's a key role.
TV on DVD and Blu-ray this coming week. Lupin the Third's TV Specials Collection 1, and something I'm very interested in. And Alex, this may be outside of your wheelhouse, but Don, I want to see if you remember this. Do you remember Scooby's All-Star Laugh Olympics?
Scooby, like Scooby-Doo?
Yep.
I'm in on the Laugh Olympics. I know
No, I don't remember
this.
that. I remember the show
This
and
was
watching
an animated series where all of the Hanna-Barbera characters were in teams. There are the Scooby-Doobies, and there are a bunch of them, and they would compete in Olympic-style events. The complete collection of that will be available on DVD this week.
This and Wacky Races were my jam.
And there was a movie called Animal Olympics that I loved because there was the killer whale that was the athlete. His name was Oh No No No, and that just made me giggle every time because he dove in the water and he created such a splash that there was one of the characters, I think he was like an otter or a beaver, and caused such a splash in the swimming event that the other character just kind of rode the wave on his tail and won the race. Spoiler alert. So, got an interesting email this week, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Don, do you know how far you are from the great city of Lancaster, Texas?
Not off the top of my head. I know, but not.
There is a historic theater that is reopening Saturday night.
Okay.
It is called oddly enough, the Lancaster Theater. And they're going to be opening with Strange ELO Magic. This is an ELO tribute band that incorporates multimedia and stuff in it. That's going to be this Saturday at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. So if you're a fan of Jeff Lynne and the Boys, which I am, and you want to see a great ELO tribute band, check out Strange ELO Magic. And that's going to be, you can get tickets at thltvenue.com. Again, that's thltvenue.com to get your tickets. Saturday performance will be from 7 to 9. General admission $40. If you're feeling saucy and you want to get VIP box seats, those will run you $320. So
you said it's THLT, like the historic Lancaster Theater?
That is correct.
.com.
Looking to see if there's anything else you need to know on this. And they're going to be they got a full slate coming in April, but they haven't made any announcements yet. So go check that out. Thanks to John Wildman for making us hip to that.
Yeah, that's just not too far from, actually, we're out just south of 20 by DeSoto and stuff like that.
Oh, you should check it out, Don.
I
love me some ELO. I love me some Bruce. Yes, I do love me some ELO.
Yep.
Although I'm more of a fan of It's a Living Thing. I like that song. But Don't Bring Me Down is a great song.
Yeah, I love that one.
All right. Let's get into movie talk and stuff we watched this week because I got stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to just say I haven't watched a movie, so let's go.
Okay.
You got anything?
Yeah, the Russell Crowe Nuremberg. Watch that finally on. Very good. Very good.
Thought it was
a little long, but
yeah.
It is 2.5 hours. That's the only reason I haven't jumped on it yet.
No, I didn't think it was a waste of my time. I could see why there was, awards talk for it. I do like how they use a lot of the original footage of certain things during that movie. So would I recommend it? Definitely. So that's the big thing on me on movies.
I've got 2 for you this week, boys.
Okay.
All right. I got 2 for you. Let's start with The Bluff. I told you boys I was going to watch it, and I watched it this week.
Okay. I can't wait to hear this. Was I inaccurate?
This movie made me sad.
Yep.
Because with that kind of cast, and with it originally the lead being, did I just lose her name? Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
Yep, she was. No, it wasn't her. The original lead was Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana, yeah.
This movie's very disappointing.
There's so many good people, and Urban goes for it, but oof.
Tamora Morrison's in this thing.
Emmy.
It just doesn't. It turns into like
but it just felt flat. Is that what you're
it
saying?
turns into the Goonies and Home Alone combined into a movie for the second half of it. And there's a bit.
It does neither of those well.
There's a bit at the very end that my suspension of disbelief could not handle. And we you can ask me off air and I'll tell you.
Oh, I was holding on to that.
That just made me go, no. Now, the flip side to that coin, watched a little movie called Sisu Road to Revenge this week.
Ooh.
Because it's on the Netflix.
There it is.
In 4K with Dolby.
You did watch the original, correct?
Yeah, I have it on 4K.
Okay. That's what I was making sure.
About a month ago. Mm-hmm. I love both of these movies. Sisu Road to Revenge. It's the sequel to Sisu. I like the first one a little bit better because this one kind of goes for it on a level that there are certain things that happen in this movie that make me go, where's the coyote? Somebody get me the coyote. Because they had to have written half this script while watching Looney Tunes. Because some of the kills in this are so, but it's okay, right? Because this movie knows what it is. This takes place shortly after the events of the first film. Sisu goes back to basically collect his house in Russia to take back to Finland. And the Russians kind of don't want him to.
I also want to clarify, his name is not Sisu. They just call him that.
Story call him Sisu. I'm going to call him Sisu.
But my point being is they set it up in the original. Sisu is a term that does not have an exact translation from Scandinavian to English with its ultimate courage in the face of absolute peril. Don, if you have not seen the first one, you absolutely need to.
I thought Don had seen the first one.
Did see the first one now. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm looking it up. I
misunderstood you not recognizing the name. Then that's on me.
Yeah, it just took me a minute to get it and stuff. But yeah,
the sequel I was more worried about was Stephen Lang trying too hard.
Oh no, he's so great in this.
I love Stephen Lang. But
and I love how they use that old school Western 60s, 70s Western aesthetic.
Absolutely. It's like a spaghetti Western without the Italy.
Oh. But there are definitely a couple
so much fun.
There are a couple of cringe moments. Like on the train, the first scene on the train. It's a little rough. But it's just wonderfully violent. That's the only way I can sum up this film.
What we've described this as in the past is the Fast Five phenomenon. Are you saying it does still fit this? Where it's like we're not winning awards, we're not trying to be aesthetics. We're gonna have some fun and people are gonna get blown up.
All right, let's get into.
I do want to add that I wasn't on the show last week because I was seeing the movie. A sequel, you could say. Ready or Not, Here I Come, the Ready or Not Part 2, which was I saw last Thursday. Is as good as the first one? No, but I like how it went. It kept up same basic premise, but went opening into a different realm of a different contest, you could say.
So basically, what they set up in the trailer.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
But still, she's being hunted by, her
and her sister. Yeah.
Yeah. But this time they brought the sister.
She's not being hunted by her sister. She's being hunted with her sister.
Yeah. Her sister's with her and they're trying to get them both. Yeah. But it was innovative on trying to do a different angle instead of just rehashing part one. So if you like the first one, I think you'd like the second one. I enjoyed it. Not as good as the first, but still pretty good. For a sequel, I was happy as it being a sequel.
Fair enough. Trailer talk. There's a new trailer out for Apex, which is coming to Netflix. I watched a lot of trailers this week. This is Charlize Theron and the Taron Egerton. Edgerton. I'm sorry.
Egerton.
Like, we get it. Charlize is amazing. I'm a huge
So is
fan.
Taryn.
Right. So basically, she's off adventuring in the wilderness, and her stuff disappears. And she runs into him, and he has her stuff, but she now becomes the hunted. Says, here's the deal. I'm going to play a song, and by the time you can go as far as you can until this song ends, and then I'm going to hunt you down. So you got that going for you. I also saw a trailer this week for a movie called, that's not the one I want. It's called The Arctic Convoy. You guys see anything about this?
Not at all.
It's from Magnet Pictures. Summer of 1941, Hitler seems unstoppable, invading the Soviet Union. Convoys of cargo ships with war materials began the perilous journey to Murmansk. Ordinary sailors facing German superiority in the icy Arctic Sea with lives at stake. I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah, I love a World War II setting, so let's see what they do.
Also,
on that Apex, I'm just curious, how do you think Edgerton would do as a villain? Because he's always been a kind of a good guy.
I would tell you to watch the trailer, and you can decide for yourself.
I'll put it in this context. I have as much faith in him as I did in Barry Cohen, which was not a lot, but I was proven wrong.
Okay. We'll see. I'm interested in it.
Also, this week I saw the trailer for In the Gray. Have you boys seen that?
Yes. Take me to there. Take me to there right now.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, Eliza Gonzalez, who's getting a ton of work lately. Mm-hmm. She and Zendaya might have the most films released in theaters this year. Rosamund Pike is in this. Mm-hmm. Fisher Stevens is in this.
Oh my God, is he not great in the trailer?
A covert team of elite operatives are living in the shadows. When a ruthless despot steals $1 billion fortune, they're sent to take it back. An impossible heist that erupts into a deadly game of strategy, deception, and survival. This looks awesome.
It does look amazing.
I just want to watch stuff blow up. Also, a Netflix.
Well,
I think it's a film.
I'm going to say it right now. You put Eliza Gonzalez on my screen, I'm not going anywhere.
Also, a Netflix. I think this is a film, but it might be a series called Outcome with the Keanu Reeves. He plays I
think it is a series.
Washed-up actor who realizes his reputation has gone in the toilet, and he has to find people to apologize to.
My name is Earl, starring Keanu Reeves.
Sins of Our Mother, which is a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
If you have religious sensibilities, this might get a little squirrely for you. Just because the mother winds up as part of a borderline. It's a cult.
It's a cult.
Disguising itself as Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Trust Me, The False Prophet, which is kind of the same thing. But here's the thing about this thing. This is basically a guy who he is a cult leader. Many wives, and this team decides they're going to make a documentary about him. And then things get weird. And the documentary crew ends up with footage that is incriminating and have to make the decision. Do we keep going or do we turn this over to the authorities?
Interesting. There's another movie that has that very recently called The Gates, with James Van Der Beek's last role.
I don't know if there's any connection there, but yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's similar because he's basically a cult leader disguised as Christianity. 3 young men who do not belong to the community see him assault somebody. This is all in the trailer. Don't come at me. See him assault somebody, and that's their we have to get out of here concept. So,
name again, Rob, on that movie. I want.
Trust Me, The Prophet. It's a documentary.
Trust Me.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Or it's coming to Netflix.
Okay.
We have The Truth and Tragedy of Mariah Wilson. This is another documentary about a Olympic cyclist, I believe, who disappears. Unchosen, which is another film about a cult. And a guy comes
We have a
in-
pattern.
Well, and the guy comes in from the outside. Let's see. Oh, this is a series with Asa Butterfield in this. Chris Eccleston's in this. This is basically a cult type thing where a guy comes in and he's like, they bring him into their family. Then they find out he may not be who he says he is, and he's causing chaos and all the things.
Okay.
And then we have a little film. Have you boys seen anything on Wild Horse 9?
Not yet, but I have heard the title.
This is the latest from Martin McDonough.
Okay.
Sam Rockwell, whom we love,
Already in.
and John Malkovich
Oh, that's what this is. Yes.
are CIA agents who are sent to Chile in 1973 from Santiago to Easter Island. Buscemi's in this. Parker Posey's in this. Tom Waits is in this. It doesn't come out till November, but I'm here for it. Seek out this trailer.
It is the best kind of off the rails that you don't expect to be off the rails. Yes. I didn't
And
realize the title of it. That's on me.
Especially if you know Martin McDonough's oeuvre. This fits right in with it.
And does Sam Rockwell even do movies where he doesn't go insane on some level?
His latest, they just announced the 4K release for next month for Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. In movie news, the Oscars are going to move to downtown LA starting in 2029.
Wow.
As the Academy has stricken a 10-year deal with AEG.
Okay.
So they're going to be at the Peacock Theater at LA Live, leaving the Kodak Theater. So
It's sad, but that's a good
we
venue.
talked about this a couple of times. The Murder, She Wrote. Go ahead, Don.
No, I'm saying, how long has that been at the Kodak Theater? I think it's kind of weird because the tradition
Forever.
have been. I know it's like, do you?
Well, it's been at the Kodak Theater for a while, but it was also in Chinese, which is right down the street. Like they've been in that area forever. I mean, the original, the first year, it was just like a luncheon, and it wasn't even televised or filmed. So
yeah, I mean, it's just they had a little luncheon saying, "Here's the awards, here you go." Kind of, now it's the big,
The Murder, She Wrote remake with Jamie Lee Curtis is looking to release next year on December 27th. So get ready for that. Speaking of December, Jumanji 3, which just wrapped production, they're bumping back a week because they were supposed to open on December 18th.
Okay.
Given what else is happening that day, probably not their best option because that's Dune's Day.
Yeah.
So they're going to go the next week to Christmas Day, which I don't know that's going to make that much of a difference for them because money.
But at the same time, that definitely feels like the kind of, if they push the family narrative that has been so successful on Christmas for many years, I could see them doing okay.
And
but
by the way,
going to be fighting against Doomsday.
Speaking of the new Jumanji franchise, Dwayne's going to get the Disney Legends Award at D23 this year.
Oh, that's cool.
So you're getting another remake, Don.
Which one?
13 going on 30. Jennifer Garner, who was in the original, she's going to be producing it with Emily Bader and Logan Lerman in this version for Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think I really got into that one. So
let's go back to Disney for a minute because go ahead, Alex.
Okay.
The Dolby Theater, also known as the Kodak Theater, has held the Oscars since 2002, except for 2021, which was a concession during COVID.
Yeah.
Feels like longer.
Yeah. Well, I just looked it up in the article. So
yeah.
I think we all know how we feel about Disney and their live action remakes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm the most positive on it.
Some are good, some are bad.
Okay, we're equally positive.
You're getting a spinoff, boys. Wait for it. Hold on.
Damn.
It will be called Stepsisters. so we know where this is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be directed by Akiva Schaffer of The Lonely Island.
And
it's going to be written by the guys who did last year's Naked Gun.
So they're trying to...
I have hope here. I have hope.
Let me... Here's where my issue is. We've already done Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Wicked for Good.
Mm-hmm.
Tales of an Ugly Stepsister is in that pantheon.
No, thank you.
Excuse me?
Is that the one that came out last year that's like the body horror film?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, like you just threw me off the rails. No, that's a book by the same writer who did Wicked. So I'm wondering if there's tangential stuff there where Disney is now going to have their own Wicked, quote unquote, with the stepsisters.
I'm kind of okay with it.
Now, granted, this could be something entirely different, and we could be just, and by we, I mean me. I don't know why I dragged you guys into the potentially wrong, but here we are.
Movie new releases and places you get movie new releases this week. The movie that I saw and have posted my review for today at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's our website.
For now.
That's our current website. Team.
It's called and Don, stick around after the show because we need to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's called The AI Doc, or How I Became an Apocalyptimist. In my review, I talked about this is a very well done documentary.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if they do this right, you turn this into a franchise and you do it again in about 3 years and again in about 3 years, because it being about AI, it's not going to age well because the tech is moving so fast. Like we had a headline this week that one of the big tech deals made with one of the big AI deals made with Disney is now
OpenAI,
and it's costing them billions. But I did enjoy it. It's very well done. It tells.
Well, I'd be very curious. Do you think 3 years might be too far though if you make it a series?
I'm trying to be realistic on how long it would take to get it done. But it's
That's
very
true. There is the concept of how long it takes to make the movie.
Yeah, I would say go check it out. I mean, it's really good. I very much enjoyed it. Also this week we have Forbidden Fruits. We have Lily Reinhart as a redhead. That kind of took me off guard. At a mall store, Apple, not a person, not the store, leads a secret witch cult with coworkers Cherry and Fig. You see what they're doing there? Mm-hmm. New hire Pumpkin questions their sisterhood, forcing them to confront inner darkness or meet violent ends. This is getting a lot of talk.
Oh, yeah.
Alexandra Shipp is in this.
This was also the one that they thought was the remake of The Craft originally.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same basic premise.
Well, it's got similar concepts, yes, but people were originally hearing which movie with this age group thinking it was going to be a straight one-to-one of The Craft. Now, it may be a spiritual remake, but it sounds like they're trying to make it uniquely enough to itself. So I'm going to give it a shot because, you know what? I don't think I've seen anything with Alexandra Shipp that I really hated except for X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, it wasn't her fault.
Exactly.
We have a movie called Holy Days coming out this weekend. A lost boy in search of heaven, 3 odd nuns on a mission, and a car powered by God and stolen money. This is a road trip like no other. A comedic near tragedy that just keeps going south. Judy Davis is in this. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else I recognize off the bat. There is not. We have Mark by Sophia. This is I don't want to screw his name up, but it's Sophia Coppola. It directs this. And it's about the designer Marc Jacobs.
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing very good things about this. The Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if you missed the announcement today, there was a new character poster. Have you seen it, Alex?
I have not.
Do you want to know?
Yes, I do.
We're getting Star Fox in this movie.
Oh, okay. I saw something doom scrolling and I thought it was AI slop.
I've had a couple of people say that, but no, it's from reputable sources. We are getting Star Fox in this movie, and now I'm even more excited.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for Monday. Have you seen the trailers for They Will Kill You?
Yes. You have been raving about this trailer for weeks now.
It kind of got crapped on by friend of the show, Tracy Mangum. I was kind of shocked.
Oh, Tracy and I usually line up too. That
It
worries
was
me.
basically Ready or Not, but instead of marrying into a family, the lady gets a job as a housekeeper at a hotel.
That's what it looks like in the trailer.
And it's so over the top, and I'm kind of here for it.
It's also Zazie Beetz, which is an auto pass for me.
Movies on DVD and Blu-ray this week. Marty Supreme. James Saito and I agreed on that film. So Shredder and I both agreed on that film. Because he's a member of the Academy.
Yes, he is.
The SpongeBob movie, The Search for SquarePants, which may have one of my favorite gags in a movie in the last 5 years, with the punchline, "Oh, there's my favorite brick." That's all you need to know. Body of Evidence, the Madonna Willem Dafoe thing, that gets a 4K release this week. The First Greenland gets a 4K release this week.
I'm still surprised, but it's such a better movie than people give it credit for.
Yeah. We're getting a steel book for Little Nicky for some reason.
Probably an anniversary.
With the most forced F-bomb in the history of cinema. When he says, Popeye's chicken.
Oh, yeah. For the record, I love that movie. I don't care.
Married to the Mob gets a 4K release this week.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And we're getting a collector's edition of Outbreak. And we're getting a steel book for The Prestige.
Yes.
Arrow Video this week has a limited edition for Elichi Kudo's Samurai Revolution trilogy. And they're doing a limited edition of the OG Salem's Lot.
Okay.
And then Criterion has the 4K of The Blade and A Man and a Woman. And now, this word from our leader.
Hello, it's Mike Reiner of Your Dark Companion here. Let me ask you, are you looking for something to fill the long, dead air hours of your day? Well, join the Sunset Lounge DFW and Your Dark Companion on Patreon.com, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. Replace those sad, slow hours with sports, pop culture, music woven into interesting conversations. So step inside the green door, have a seat at the bar, and get in the groove with those shows and so very much more.
Oh, why am I so... Oh, there I am. Thank you, Mr. Reiner. We also want to let you know I teased something earlier, and I want to talk a little bit more about it before we get into the other half of the show. Stolen Water Media is making a move. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. We're getting everybody into one place now because we're kind of all over the place for the most part. So after 2+ years of Stolen Water Media's existence, it's time to change and keep up with our growth. Right now, you can get all of our podcasts on our Patreon page. But now you can get all episodes at stolenwatermedia.com. It's going right? It's right there. Stolenwatermedia.com. You need to bookmark it. All of the productions, whether it's YDC, Just Wondering with Norm Hitchkiss, El Maximo, Beer 30 Sports O'Clock, The Angle, Signal 51 Chronicles, the Sunset Soccer Club. Boy, I almost screwed that up. And our little show. They're going to be available on the website. It's developing. We're still getting things up and running. I had a great meeting with our new webmaster this week. He's actually, excuse me, he's actually been able to take some of my ideas and make them a little bit more global. So I kind of feel good about myself a little bit. But you can start now. Just bookmark stolenwatermedia.com into your local browser. You'll be able to find all the audio from your favorite podcasts, and you might even find some places you've never heard of that you can get podcasts. And, of course, available on YouTube. You guys support us, and we feel and appreciate that. We love that the Empire has come with us. But as always, please rate us, leave a review wherever you follow us, share us on social media, share the shows with everybody you know, with your family and your friends of family and your family of friends and all the things. Alex is pointing at the thing. You're going the wrong way. Oh. And now,
well, then I'm not.
Go, 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 go. Don, you missed it last week. That video just stopped playing like halfway through.
Yeah, it did.
That's like from.
I have no idea why.
We make good movie.
That's exactly what I was doing, Don. Well played.
And that's exactly what I did in response.
We want to send our best to the family and friends of Dennis Condrey, one of the original members of the Midnight Express, who passed away this week. One of the best heel tag teams of the 80s, and has been emulated by tag team after tag team after tag team under the tutelage of one Jim Cornette. Condrey was a great heel.
Yeah, he was.
And great wishes coming out from everybody for him, and we want to give our best to his family and friends. Very excited about this next bit, boys. MLW has a news. Oh, Don, do you want to say something? Why can't I not hear? Why'd you guys get kicked off the stage? Hold on.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Don, go.
Yeah, how put it this way. When FTR comes out and their music is basically Midnight Express,
Well, the font on their trunks are the Midnight Express font. I mean, yeah.
But I mean, how, and he was a great thing and one of the best. And without heels, there is no wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And they were a heel tag team with the Rock and Roll Express and everything. They were what any new tag team from today needs to look back and look at the stuff of like the Horsemen and the Midnight Express
and a lot of that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's sad that he's gone, but unfortunately, like you say, Father Time's undefeated, so.
MLW with a huge signing this week. Joining the MLW roster is GBOT, which stands for Gallus Boys on Top. Very excited for the boys at Gallus. You guys know I'm a huge fan of them. So
I believe they had to change the G. I think it's something else. Boys on Top.
That's what it's called.
Because I don't think they're allowed to use Gallus.
Well, I think that's why they went to GBOT, but I'm still calling it Gallus Boys.
No. They actually said what it was. I think it's like Gaelic Boys on Top or something along those lines because they couldn't use Gallus, but we know what they mean.
TNA Sacrifice is tomorrow night. I will not be watching live. The Madre is flying in tomorrow. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to squeeze all this programming in because I don't know what kind of hours she's going to want to keep. So
that's also fair.
Announced by Carlos Silva today, Slammiversary is returning to the UBS Arena in New York again, 2 years in a row.
It's a great spot for it.
Yeah, it was a great show last year. And I probably have to pull this up so you boys can see it because me trying to describe this is not going to do it justice. Let me go to the... Alex, have you seen anything from TNAmerch.com as of late?
Not directly, no.
They unveiled something on last week's episode of Impact that I'm looking up now because nothing will describe this thing. All right, let me see if I'm going to have to do a search. There it is. This thing's $40. Holy cow.
Is that more or less than you'd expect?
A lot more than I expected.
Okay.
Because
that's probably not a good sign.
He's a hometown man.
No.
Oh, wait for it. Wait for it.
No.
He has a hat now that he's selling on TNAmerch.com. And I'm doing this on purpose because I'm burying the lead a little bit here, boys. This is what the front of it looks like. You ready?
Okay, so standard TNA wrestling hat.
This is what the back of it looks like.
So they did the Penta hat.
And
they did the
so you can see it
with
from the,
oh boy.
so you can see it from the side. Yeah. I giggled out loud. I giggled out loud. I'm not going to lie to you. $40 seems a little pricey.
It's about the same price as the Penta hat, which they've actually been selling really well, apparently. So I think everybody with a mask is going to get a hat like this.
And he gave one to one of the kids in the crowd because, you know, he's the hometown
He
man.
did, because he's the,
That's really all I got from TNA this week, because otherwise it was just nothing. We have found out today that Mania will be in theaters in our fair burg. You can go to Stonebriar or Mesquite, the AMC theaters. I looked today at prices. It's about $22 a head. Now, if you play the WWE Champions game, that will include unlocks for Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and Liv Morgan. Also, there'll be an exclusive shirt if you want to pay another $50.
No.
I'm not saying that there might be something brewing, and I'm not saying there's not something brewing. You just gonna have to find out. 3 more people added to the Hall of Fame this week. Dennis Rodman, Bad News Brown, and Sid.
But did you notice anything about how the 2 of those were announced?
Had something. Look like you want to say something.
Yeah. They're being inducted into the
I found about
Legacy
all of them
Hall. So they're not going to talk about them.
No.
What do you mean they're not going to talk?
It's the thing that you hate, Don, and I believe, Rob, you have gone on off about this as well, where somebody's getting inducted, but we're putting in too many people, and the people that should be getting I'm going to put it this way. Bad News Brown should get talking to, obviously not himself, but somebody should be talking about Bad News Brown. Somebody
Agreed.
should be talking about Sid. Now, that may still happen, but I still maintain we need to either do smaller classes or shorter speeches, and I know which one of those I want, and it's the former.
We do want to send our best.
So basically, they're not going to, at the induction ceremony, they're not going to be able to go up and talk or anything like that?
It's going to be kind of one of those also being inducted today.
Mm-hmm.
And
here's a quick video package, 30 seconds.
That's all they get.
Allegedly, the only 3 currently set to talk are Styles, Stephanie, and Demolition.
I hate to tell you, Bad News Brown deserves to talk more than Stephanie does. Stephanie shouldn't be in yet. She's still working there part-time, off and on and off and on.
Well, let's be honest. This has never been a real Hall of Fame. This has always been the fans club of Vinnie Mac.
I mean, yeah, you can imagine doing that with the NFL Hall of Fame. Oh, by the way, Tom Brady.
you can't compare the two. You can't compare the two, Don.
I know, but you get the point, though. That's
the problem is that there is no point, Don, because it's literally a scripted BS thing compared to an actually voted on Hall.
Yeah, my head hurts.
Oh.
An insult.
Well, while you're getting that, I also want to say, if you happen to be in Vegas for Mania, go by the Nerd Bar on April 17th. You can go see Hunkamania with friend of the show, Ryan Nemeth, and Nick Nemeth doing their show. And it's always been a great time. And if you go online now searching for it, you can use the promo code HUNK for a deal.
And if you need a ticket right before the show, they'll probably be discounted 50% because no one's buying tickets. They're down like 10,000 people from last year at this time.
Don, that's something totally different.
It's because of the Danhausen curse. We all know it.
Good. Curse them more.
No, I want everybody. I want standing room only at Hunkamania. Ryan is a great guy. He is a friend of the show. Go see Hunkamania at the Nerd Bar.
Yeah. I'm just talking about Mania.
Oh, I understand, but don't poop on our friend's bit by you complaining about a different show, you idiot.
I feel like
I'm fine.
I feel like this is going well. Your next Saturday night's main event after the one in May, which we know is happening, now rumored to be July the 18th at SMG or at MSG. Here's the thing that I may need to do some more research, because the article I read said this will only be the second time ever Saturday night's main event has been at MSG.
That doesn't.
Anybody want to venture to guess the other one listed?
The original?
Nope.
1987?
Nope. Add 20 years.
Sorry, what now?
Add 20 years. 2007. And this will be the first one to air live. That was the one where Evander Holyfield wound up in a boxing match, apparently.
Is that the one where they had him beat up Bart Gunn?
No,
that was
Butterbean. That was Butterbean.
No, but there was another one where Holyfield was brought in for a similar comparison.
That's what this was Saturday's main event. Congratulations to Starboard Charlie. He won the men's
Charlie. Chuck coming in.
That's right. He wins the WWE ID Men's Championship and now is signed to the company. So also want to send our best out as we get into SmackDown talk. Angelo Dawkins and his wife Grace Russo are expecting their third child. So mazel tov to those kids. I saw somebody that was at MegaCon last weekend that actually wound up getting a picture with both of the Street Profits, which I thought was kind of cool. They were just kind of walking around, hanging out.
Yeah.
Speaking of tag teams, we have new tag champs, and apparently they didn't know going into it. And R-Truth was told like right before the match happened that he was going to get the pin.
And I love that. I don't think Lou knew at all, even during the match. I don't think Damian Priest. I don't think Damian Priest knew that was going to be the finish during the match.
No, they kept him completely in the dark. And the only reason they told R-Truth was because he was the one that gets the pin.
Do it, yeah.
So if you go back and you watch the end of that match, that reaction is genuine.
Yep.
And so now
you're talking on Priest. When you're watching Priest when he gets the pin.
He had no idea they were supposed to win that match, much less the belt. So truth and punishment. Let's go. Very excited. Still with the Toby Keith, so I guess that's not what we thought it was last week.
Oh, I hate that I didn't think of that.
I'm a genius.
I'm so mad.
I'm a comedic genius. Yeah, still with the Toby Keith. The man has his own music. Give Jelly Roll his own music.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. This is probably Jelly Roll not wanting to sign over anything to his own music. Or his record label not allowing it.
Still weird.
It is.
WWE, hear me. Hear me. Listen to me now. Hear me later. Believe me tomorrow night when SmackDown's live. Leave the machine guns alone.
Oh, no.
Stop trying to tease this breakup. No. This is one of my favorite tag teams walking the earth today and has been for many, many years. Don't make the mistake. They're both great on their own. Don't get me wrong, but they are tag team specialists, and they can be the foundation of that division on SmackDown. Don't mess with the guns. And then we had a very interesting double B-Fam Meechin turn, which I thought was interesting.
I think it kind of suits, though.
But I like what they're doing where you kind of have to watch what's going on, because last week during somebody's promo segment, you saw in the background, B-Fab was talking to Jade Cargill. And so they're doing these little subtle things now, which I absolutely dig. And just more Danhausen, please.
Absolutely. Oh, did you have a chance to look up the cannon I told you about?
No.
The Danhausen shirt cannon. Okay, real quick, it was Evander Holyfield versus Matt Hardy. It was 44 seconds. But that was the only one at Madison Square Garden. And interestingly enough, another match you had on that one, CM Punk and the Boogeyman versus John Morrison and Big Daddy V.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, you handle
think
this.
Matt
I'm going to look
Hardy-
for the.
You think Matt Hardy? You think Matt Hardy wishes that match was deleted?
Bad.
You're welcome, internet.
I'm making you sit by yourself on that one.
I don't care. Netflix, can we get this together, please? I understand now that if I don't want to wait 2 days to watch SmackDown, I deal with the commercials. I'm fighting an uphill battle on that, and I'm not giving up. However, this week, I go to watch Raw on Tuesday morning, as I tend to do, and I can't even get the 10-second or 30-second skip within the show itself. So now I got to watch all the before the commercial break and all the things and all the promos for shows that I don't want to watch. What are we doing, Netflix? Stop it. Old man Rob's
Can I
very
make you happy?
You can try.
Just a moment. Where are you? You are that one.
While Alex is doing that, just remember NXT is at MSG this week. Should be a pretty decent episode because this one wasn't. Yes.
I need you to see the size of this obnoxious t-shirt cannon.
I am here for it.
It is so great. It's just ridiculous. I love it. I love Danhausen. I'm so happy for this.
I'm here for it. I want more of it.
And it's only during commercial breaks right now. That's so dumb.
The Mercedes Moné melt. Go ahead. Sorry.
We have said for a long time, make live shows matter again. And this is a way to do it.
Boys, I was up 3 with less than a minute to go. Now they're up 5 after a breakaway dunk. And Purdue only up by a point with a minute to go. Good Lord.
It's that second weekend. It's when stuff gets real.
The Mercedes Moné meltdown continues as she has lost 2 more titles. Both the Body Slam Scandinavian title and the Discovery Scotland women's titles to an Alexis Falcon overseas. Reminder that Collision is split in 2 nights again this week. Alex, I'm going to direct this question at you because,
okay,
and no offense to Don, but Don doesn't tend to keep up with New Japan as much as you do.
No. Let's go ahead.
Does TMDK have a flashlight phone thing with the crowd?
I am not familiar with this, actually.
Because when Robbie Eagle was in the ring, it was like the fireflies were out, and I was very confused.
And I don't know if it's emulation of a cell phone or if it's an actual device, but we also know, if you want to parallel this to K-pop Demon Hunters, light apparatus is oftentimes a collectible item. So there is a possibility that there's something there, but I am unfamiliar. Have you ever been set up where you think you're answering a question and then something else entirely different is asked?
Every day.
I thought you were going to ask me if it was legitimate that Shingo Takagi just got married, and I was going to say, yes, he did, and we wish them well.
And we still do. Mortos. I love now, Don, remember, Mortos is now in real life a licensed lawyer. He has his law degree.
Just to him.
2 weeks ago, he comes out with a sleeveless suit jacket. Now he's just wearing the tie to the ring. And I don't know why this makes me giggle like it does. It just does. Leo Rush. First of all, I prefer that you don't try to copyright Blackheart. Not cool.
Especially with the same company.
Right. This character doesn't work for me. I know he's done it on the indies and it's a thing, but this doesn't work for me.
Leo Rush, I would like to counterpoint and say, I appreciate you doing something creative. I like it.
Fair.
I understand. But remember, Rob is not our horror person. This is more of a horror character. So develop it, make it something great. You're already getting millions of views on the character, so keep it up.
Nebraska
we know you can wrestle.
Nebraska just got posterized.
Oof.
And Roddy now part of the conglomeration, which I'm enjoying watching those interactions with him and Orange Cassidy. Not much to Dynamite last night. I appreciate that Kenny Omega won that match because, like I said last week, I don't need Swerve EVP. But, I mean, it was a decent show. There was just nothing really for me to talk about from it.
We had somebody pinning Orange Cassidy, sir.
What do you think about turning Swerve to heel? Do you guys like this going back again to being the heel, or do you think he's better as a face?
You kind of have to, because AEW is very face heavy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's official. Iowa wins by 6. Texas is down 3 with 21 seconds to go.
If I may,
please do.
We don't have high-end heels so much in AEW. There's a lot of heels, but they tend to be continental or lower, or one of the 8 billion people in the Don Callis family. So the idea of Swerve... Thank you for interrupting me before I could get to the point.
No, good.
I was going to say it's important to have somebody like a Swerve near the top who could be a champion, because MJF is getting run ragged as the only top heel in the company. So you need somebody who could take some of that off, because here's your other part that you often don't think about, because we're watching TV. We're watching athletes, and we see them as these superheroes in a lot of circumstances, even if we are in on the bit of things being scripted. These guys take beatings, even in fictional combat. And I want you to think about this. We had a brilliant match last year, I believe, between MJF and Kenny Omega. It's the only time they really faced off. I want you to think about this. Kenny Omega was in a diverticulitis flare-up.
Yep.
And MJF had a broken shoulder at the time. If you have these guys that are carrying everything over and over again, they're going to get hurt. You need high-end heels, and Swerve is the best option you have, because they tried it with Hangman, and it was just meh.
And I think he could be kind of like Orton, where he could be heel, he could be face, he could be heel, he could be face.
A tweener,
go back and forth. Because like right now, I mean, Orton being heel, you expect it now. It's not a big shock. That's the only problem when you keep putting him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, he's healed now. Now he says, oh, he turned his shocker versus.
Yeah, but that's the nature of this business, Don. That's the nature of this business.
See, the Big Show. I mean, he turned almost every other week.
He's not wrong. But I think Swerve I still think that him and MJF heel versus heel would still be an insane match to watch. Because because not everybody understands the dynamics of things. But for the mass audience, you have to have a good guy, bad guy in a title match. You just have to. And I think Omega MJF will be fun to watch. That will happen April the 12th at Dynasty, which will be the week before WrestleMania. And then the weekend before that will be, that's the same weekend, I think, as Rebellion. Yeah, because it's the weekend after Easter. But I think he's the right choice to be one of your top heels right now, because like Alex said, they're running MJF ragged. Because there's just nobody on, quote, the level with the devil. And I wouldn't be surprised if MJF is face again by the end of the year.
MJF being face would surprise me, but I thought there was something interesting with this, because not only does moving Swerve heel give you a second big main event heel, but I want you to think about it geographically. MJF, it's easy to hate on New York, especially when so many of their big shows happen in Chicago. But now you have that other counterpoint where there's Darby okay, so everything west of New York is evil. Nope. Now you have your Pac Northwest as well. So you're coming at Chicago from both sides because Darby has become kind of isolated from his origin. And now you have Swerve covering the West Coast, MJF covering the East Coast, and all the good guys tend to be from the homeland in the center. Or the heartland, excuse me.
All right. Anything else you boys want to talk about tonight?
You know, there was only one note I had from Raw, and I thought it was funny to bring up. We have often said you can tell the quality of a performer's ability by the little things they do.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody go over the top rope better than Brock Lesnar? He is a
surprisingly, yeah. I mean, that's a short
he
list.
Is super athletic when it happens, and they always look like a king whenever he goes over the top because he's so big, but he goes over with such momentum and force. It looks like they just atlased the world over the ropes to throw Brock Lesnar. I am looking forward to that match. Big time.
Yeah, that's the first Haas fight I've looked forward to in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're only 3 weeks away, boys.
Yeah.
Mania is 3 weeks away.
It feels scarce on the card. Does it feel scarce to you guys?
Yeah.
Not yet. But the closer we get, the more it does.
There's the 2-night thing and everything.
There's a QR code next to Alex's head. Scan that for all of our social medias. You can follow me on your social medias if you would like. Everything is yes, that Rob Irvin. That is spelled ERVIN.
I'm Vexploit on all social medias. If you'd like to help out the show, please go to ProWrestlingTees.com and search for the Cheap Podcast. We got a lot of different shirt options and a lot of different color options within those shirt designs. If you're an artist and you have a tweak to a design or a new design you'd like to contribute, you will get 100% of the proceeds of any shirt sold, and you could send that to me at alex@theclubhousepodcast.com.
And that URL to get those awesome shirts that even make me look good. ProWrestlingTees.com/Cheap Podcast at Twitter. I'm Eddie Boonu. I'd be near you. If you want this match to your place, email me Don at ClubhousePodcast.com.
Got some things brewing on some possible upcoming remotes, so be by the channel for that. Email Don if you're interested, because we love doing live remote shows. Yes, we do. You can email me questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I am Rob at the ClubhousePodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall is on Pinterest because we're morally obligated to say that, and today is she and Kale's anniversary. So happy anniversary, kids.
Best
show every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. And we'll be back next week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, as the saying goes. So until next time, for Alex, for Don, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed, and we still love you, Brittany Palmer.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.